the opening of the Oldham County Code Enforcement Board meeting for March the 6th, 2024. The first item on business will be to sign in all the staff. Swear in, yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give this board is true and accurate to the best of your belief and knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we have the opening, the approval of the minutes. Has everyone taken a look at the minutes?
I move that the minutes be approved.
Do I have a second? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So the first citation on the agenda today was citation 734 for Pulte Homes. That citation has been paid and the property is currently in compliance, so that case has been closed. The second citation is citation 736, Emerge Estate LLC, 6320 Jefferson Street. I'm going to present a little bit on this case. The citation has been paid and the property is currently in compliance, but this citation does lead into citation 737, so we'll go through it. So this is citation 736, 6320 Jefferson Street in Westport, Kentucky. The owner on record is Emerge Estate LLC. This hearing was not requested. This is the general location in Westport, down by the river. This was a violation of Oldham County zoning. Building permits are required. Our office received a call that a property was being remodeled. There were no permits on file. Matt Dunaway, the chief building inspector for Oldham County, inspected the property on January the 16th and found work being done that required a permit. He placed a stop work order on the door. To the right, you can see a picture of work being done on the property. A couple other pictures that he took on January the 16th inside, showing the work being done. And two more pictures that he took on the 16th. He did place a stop work order on the door. Citation 736 was issued and paid by the property owner. At this time, work has stopped and the owner has begun communicating with our office to take the appropriate steps and acquire the proper permits to move forward. Here's a copy of the paid receipt where he did pay the citation. Now this leads us into citation number 737 of 6320 Jefferson Street, Westport, Kentucky. This citation was issued to Delios Painting and Remodeling, LLC. This hearing was not requested. This is a violation of Kentucky State Residential Code, unlawful continuance. So any person who shall continue any work in or about the structure after having been served with a stop work order, except such work as directed to perform or remove a violation or unsafe condition, shall be subject to penalties as prescribed by law. So citation 737 was issued on January the 19th. I received a call that workers were at the property working. I met Matt Dunaway at the property to find two individuals working in the house. They informed us that they saw the stop work order on the door and sent a picture to their boss, and then began working. We told them they needed to leave the property and informed them of the penalties for disregarding the stop work order. They packed up their tools at that time and did leave the site. As of today, it appears they are abiding by the stop work order, but they did break it on the January the 19th. It was placed on the 16th. Here's some pictures that were taken. The picture on the left is a picture that Matt took on the 16th when he went down there. The picture on the 19th, you can see that there was work being done in the area when I went down there. Some of these pictures are not the exact same location, but it does give you a general idea of what was being done. Again, the picture on the 16th that Matt took, the picture on the 19th that I took. Citation 737 was issued on January the 23rd. You have a copy of the citation? The citation was posted on the door on January the 24th of 2024. And That's the end of that case. So they're not working on the property currently, but they did violate the stop work order. There is a fine of $250 that has not been paid. It was issued to the De Leos Painting and Remodeling.
So you're, go ahead. That's it?
That's it.
Okay. So,
So can I just summarize real quick? 736 was to the property owner because they didn't have permits. That was paid, and so that has been closed. There was a stop work order, and the contractor that was hired to do the work is the one that's got a violation. That's 737.
That's a question I had was, is this the contractor or is this a sub?
The De Leos was the contractor that was in there working.
Okay.
Not the owner, because the
Right, right,
owner
right.
is Emerge.
Right.
I think if you just go through the normal procedure
I'm
of
thinking.
determining, yeah.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that the citation was properly issued on January the 23rd, 2024, to the violator on the property, which was the DeLeos Paint and Remodeling.
okay, we have a motion on the floor that it was probably properly issued. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Madam Chair, I'll make another motion that there was a violation of the county ordinance, and let me go back. Here we go. A violation of the county ordinance, KOC ordinance number 815 KAR 7125, the Kentucky Residential Code, and then 2015 IRC section R114.2, unlawful continuance. And that there was substantial evidence recorded, the violation was committed to exist, it looks like, from the date that the stop order was issued, at least for a week.
From the 16th is when the stop work order was issued, and on the 19th is when we
Okay.
got the phone call.
So the violation occurred from the 16th through the 19th.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, with a second, I'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Adam, what day of the week was the 16th and the 19th?
The 16th was a Friday, if I remember correctly, and the 19th would have been Monday.
Okay. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that, we close this case and not issue a fine because they ceased when they were told to cease when Adam showed up, and there's been no further violation.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to cease, to close the case. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Nay.
So that was to close the case with no fine?
No fine.
before you go on to the next one, this is irrelevant now at this point. So just so you kind of get an idea of where so the building is actually in the floodplain. And in order to do the kind of work that they're doing in a floodplain, all residential, all livable space has to be 2 feet above the base flood elevation. And so this whole project is on hold. The owner has actually contacted an engineer to tell them what to do with this house. So it is going to just sit there for a while, but they can't continue, even if they did come in for a building permit, we can't actually issue one. So the bottom line is it's now kind of in a massive hold, if you will. And there are neighbors down there that watch to see if anybody is going in there and working.
Interesting.
So our next case, citations 738, 741, 742, 744, 746, and 748, 11311 Deham Drive. The owners were home SFR borrower. That case, the property is currently in compliance and all fines have been paid. So that case has been closed. Citations 739 and 740. Hayes Property Services LLC for 1040 D.W. Griffith Lane. That citation has been paid and the property is currently in compliance, so that case has been closed. Citations number 743, 745, and 747. 5008 Harvest Drive. So the owners on record are Smith, Shelby S., and Jackson Linda. This hearing was not requested. You all actually saw the first citation for this case last month. This is the general location of the property in Centerfield. This is a violation of the Oldham County zoning ordinance, permitted uses, and a violation of the Oldham County nuisance ordinance. This is a final order that was issued last month for citation 735. It was issued on January the 18th and heard by the Code Board on February the 7th. The Code Board upheld that citation and issued this final order. So these were photos that I took on February the 8th of 24. As you can see, there were no improvements done to the property on February the 8th, and there were still vehicles that appeared to be non-running, junk and debris laying around the property. It still appears to be used for business reasons. Citation 743 was issued on February the 9th for being in violation on February the 8th. And you have a copy of citation 743. It was sent by certified mail. Here's a copy of the certified receipt that they received and the picture on the left where I posted it on the property on February the 12th. Once again, the owner of the property, S. Smith, is the one that signed for the certified citation, the citation. These were photos that I took on February the 12th, once again showing no improvements to the property. Everything still looked exactly the same, so the property was still in violation on February the 12th. I issued citation number 745 on February the 13th for the violations that were observed on February the 12th. Here's a copy of citation number 745 that was issued. It was posted at the property on February the 14th and was sent by certified mail, and it was signed for, once again, by the owner of the property. On February the 14th, I visited the property. There were no improvements to the property. As you can see by the pictures, nothing had changed. Citation number 747 was issued on February the 15th for the property being in violation on February the 14th. Here's a copy of citation number 747. It was posted on February the 20th at the property. There was also I also mailed a copy of the final order and posted a copy of the final order with the second citation that I issued once I received the minutes and got it sent out to them. The current condition of the property as of March the 4th, I went up and took pictures. You can see that one of the white truck has been moved, the white truck from the left, but the property's still in pretty bad shape. The owners did contact me. They are moving everything to a new location. They requested that I give them until March the 15th, which I did agree to have everything, the property cleaned up. Up until March the 4th is when they contacted me. Up until that time, I had never heard from them. They did contact me on March the 4th. We spoke about the property, what needed to be done, about moving the business off-site and getting the property cleaned up. And they asked for until the 15th to have that taken care of. The white truck has been removed. The total fines that have not been paid are $2,400 to this property owner.
So Adam, just go back real quickly. This property is zoned T
It-
Manufactured Home District.
Correct.
It is clearly only for residential purposes, and that's what the violation is that they've been cited for, is that this use of the property for commercial business is not in a permitted use within that zoning classification.
How did you come to know that it was Phoenix Pools?
So last month when I was up there, there was actually a Phoenix Pool truck there picking up equipment. And that would have been in the presentation last month. So there was a Phoenix truck there last month when I was there. And from talking to the gentleman when I went up there, he told me he was picking up supplies to go out and do a job.
Adam, am I remembering correctly, is it true that the address that the citation went to is also the known address for Phoenix Pools?
I'm unsure of that.
Mailing address? I thought at one point you told me it
No.
was. Maybe I'm wrong.
The address on file that I mailed it to is for Shelby Smith.
Does Phoenix Pools have another address anyplace?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not sure.
Do you know where they receive their mail? By any chance?
Everything that I've mailed out has been to the property owner on file, and the property owner of the address at 5008 is Shelby Smith and Linda Jackson. So that's who I've been mailing the citations to. The Phoenix Pools, that's because I noticed that they were, when I got there, there's previous case history from previous code enforcement officers that I read about having pool equipment located there. And then when I got there and noticed the Phoenix truck, and he told me he was there picking up equipment, and that's why I've continued to cite them. And if you look at the site, there's a lot of pool equipment laying around, hoses, pumps, concrete mixers, business equipment on site. So that's why I've been citing them for the zoning violation of using it for business purposes, not residential purposes. And then they've also been cited for the nuisance because of the condition of the property with the wrecked and damaged vehicles and all the junk and debris that's laying around.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that citation number 743 issued on February the 9th, citation 745 issued on February the 13th, and citation 747 issued on February the 15th were all done so properly, issued to the violator.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor that the citation was issued properly. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Can I ask for a vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, the motion carries.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that a violation of the county ordinance, all three were violations of ordinance 89, 800, 846, section 1, 3, in the Oldham County zoning section 110-030T. And that they were in violation because it was a violation of those zoning ordinances.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion on the floor that there is a zoning ordinance violation. Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we uphold the civil fine as listed in the citation. I would say that we uphold that in the amount of $1,000 due, and the remainder of the balance of $1,400 be held in abeyance until February
March
what?
March
March
15th.
15th.
March the 15th, 2024. And if it's not cleaned up by March the 15th, that they will owe $2,400.
Question, was that 2,400? I thought their fines were already up to 4,000.
No, it's
Did I read that wrong?
24 is the
24.
total amount of fines.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard that.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor that the citation will be upheld with $1,000 due now,
Yes, ma'am.
and the $1,400 will be held in abeyance until March the 15th, 2024, if all of the property is brought into compliance.
Correct.
Okay?
Jim,
So we have a,
before you all vote on that, so, and I just want to make clear, the 300 that they voted on for citation 735, that's separate from this motion, correct?
Well,
We
is
haven't
the
mentioned either.
$2,400 in fines include the 300?
No.
Okay, then that's all they're voting on is
Okay,
the
okay.
2,400.
Just- yeah.
okay? We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a second. Going to go for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, the motion carries.
That concludes,
That's
The
it.
hearings.
There is
That's
no
it?
new business.
No new
Is there any
business.
business to come before the board at this time?
No old business.
Okay? Have,
Ron is given his notice that at the end of this month you're done?
Yes, effectively, it's
And you're,
close business of the meeting.
right, and you're the vice chair?
Yes, sir.
He's the current vice chair. We didn't put this on the agenda,
okay.
but since you have a full board here, do you want to address
Yes.
vice chair?
I would like to address Vice Chair, and I am going to ask if you will take that Vice Chair position.
Madam Chair, I'm honored to be considered. Thank you.
Thank you.
A self-nomination, that's a good thing.
We got it done. Okay, B, no further business. We will, at this time, close the, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you closed the nominations. Now
Close
you
the
need to
nomination.
vote.
Now I need to take a vote.
Unless
Okay.
somebody else wants to put their name in the
Anybody want to
hat.
put their name in?
Okay, now you need to vote on it.
Okay. We now have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I second.
And all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Thank you, sir, very much for agreeing to step up. We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to say, being no further business, we are closing the Oldham County Code Enforcement Board meeting of March the 6th.